we have a little voiceover action for today's video, and that's going to be on the top 5 best first mods to do to your Honda. Wow, that was a mouthful. So to start off, we're going to have a few honorable mentions, and then we'll move on to the top 5. Now, they're in no particular order. This is just the way that I wrote them down. And obviously, this is my opinion. Don't take it too serious. But I feel like a lot of people will agree, and some of these people probably won't think of. But yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so the first honorable mention is going to be maintenance. I know you've probably heard this 1,000 times, but just like everybody else, I cannot stress this enough, that will make or break your car. There's no reason to throw expensive body kits and expensive wheels on if you can't even drive your car because you neglected the maintenance. Now please do your routine maintenance, keep it up to par. And now we're going to move on to the next one, which is going to be a clean interior. Now that is technically not a mod, just like the first one, but a clean interior makes or breaks your car. There's no point in having a super clean exterior if your interior is full of trash, or it's falling apart, or it's super dirty to the point where you can see stains more than the original carpeting. So do yourself a favor, get you some cleaning supplies and clean your interiors. Alright, let's move on to the actual list. So the first on my list, I feel like everybody sees this coming, is lowering your car. Now I'm not saying to throw it on some expensive bags or Fortunato coilovers, but I'm also not saying to throw yourself on washers. So do yourself a favor and get you something that's halfway decent. But the difference between stock and lowered is night and day difference, and believe me, you will be thanking yourself once you do that. Now the next on my list is going to be the wheel and tire combo. Now a lot of people overlook the tire and just focus on the wheels. You should not be getting yourself some tri-spoke Advins on Linglongs, especially if it's your daily driver. It even comes down to the bare basics. But yeah, get yourself some nice shoes. That's probably one of the first things people notice and look at your car. They'll see what wheels you have, they'll see how low you are, and it'll just be nicer to look at for you. Now next on this list is going to be an audio system. Now usually people just throw in a big subwoofer with 2 10s, but what they don't usually think about is the door speakers and the rear speakers. Now if you have a 90s Honda like me, you know that these sound systems are not very good by today's standards by any means. So what you want to do is get yourself some door speakers as well as some rear speakers and do something nice for yourself. Now the next one on my list is also often overlooked, and that's going to be fixing all the rattling in your car. Now these Hondas have some very brittle plastic, and that includes the clips to keep the plastic in place. Do yourself a favor and get you some new clips, get it with a little bit of cushion, or put a little sound deadening in there to cushion the rattle, because if you have an upgraded exhaust at all you're going to hear is the rattling of anything that's broken inside. But yeah, the drive quality will be really nice, the comfort will be so much better, and it's not really something that I would personally overlook, and you shouldn't either. And they're not even expensive, so definitely well worth the money. Alright, the final thing on this list is going to be the shifter assembly, and that's going to include the knob, the actual assembly, and the bushings. Now, a lot of people overlook this because it's not a huge deal, but it does greatly improve the drive quality. Now, some people prefer a lightweight shift knob, and some people want weighted, so feel out how you want, feel out the shape you want, feel out the texture, the pattern you want, the design, all that stuff. I guarantee it'll make a huge difference between stock and whatever you choose, whether that's weighted or if you go lighter. It's really just down to preference and how you're going to drive your car. Alright, so while we're on the talk of the shifter assembly, a lot of people like to get themselves a short shifter, or a short throw shifter. It'll basically make shifting between gears feel shorter, and it will feel less like you're shifting a truck and more like you're shifting a small car. Like it should. Alright, and the last thing is going to be the bushings. The bushings, especially on Hondas, they like to rot out very fast and very bad. So do yourself a favor and get you some hardened bushings, which is going to be polyurethane, or even just new bushings in general. Now obviously this only applies to manual. Now, obviously if you feel your shifter and it has a lot of play when you're just wiggling it around, and it shouldn't, if you feel super sloppy, that usually means that you need to replace your bushings and that your bushings are super worn out, rotted, and all that stuff, maybe even torn. But yeah, that's going to be my personal top 5 first mods to do to your Honda. This obviously varies between people. This is just my personal opinion. This is what I think should be done first. Let me know if you guys would take away or add anything to the list. That's going to be all for this video. Shxrky out.